Well, this is a story for you bookworms. The Fort Collins Book Fest is underway right now, and here to tell us more about it is one of the authors, Sarah Reichert. So, Sarah, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for
Appreciate you being in the studio with us.
You.
So, Fort Collins Book Fest happening now, but tomorrow you're going to be joining other women authors for a panel. So, tell us about that.
Yes, I am on the We Are the West panel. It's for an independent journal from 20 Bellows. They put out this year, and I have a copy.
Oh,
right
yes.
Here. Yeah.
Got a copy here.
And on my panel, there's two other women authors. We have Heather Hine and Maz Banks, and they're short stories and poetry, and it's just a good grouping of independent authors. And the point of 20 Bellows putting this out was to reach authors that hadn't been talked to before, voices that we haven't heard, more inclusivity in publishing. So we're really excited to talk about it.
Oh, yeah, no, and I can feel that. You've been so excited the whole time you've been here. So your book, too, it features poetry, visual arts. Tell us a little bit more about that, too.
I think their main goal, I think this is their inaugural journal that they've put out, was to just feature writers and artists in the West in particular, because there's a certain, I don't know, it's not a genre, but it's a feeling of people who have lived in this kind of area for that long, or have moved back and forth between the area. So I think they wanted to really encourage more voices from this area to, tell their stories.
Which is so important.
Yes, absolutely.
So the anthology, too, has a focus on the next generation of storytelling. Can you talk about why it is important to encourage the future, and why you feel passionately about it?
I do. When we think about authors and publishing, traditional publishing, it's been really centered around those that tend to already have a place in society, a voice, those that have the privilege to. And when we get into independent publishers, we are talking about people who have a power to get other people's voices heard in the society, which is so important, because we have such a variety and huge spectrum of people and stories and experiences. And so when we have independent publishers, they're able to really just spread the word and bring us all together so that we can see each other's viewpoints and histories. And the younger generations coming up are going to have more opportunities to get their voices heard, whether it be from artwork or poetry or essays. All of these independent publishers around the United States that I've ever worked with are super focused on including every voice, not just the ones that we've traditionally heard through, like our top 5 publishers, that kind of thing. So
that inclusivity is everything.
It's amazing.
It's everything.
And you learn so much, and it's just a good way to build our community, not just in Fort Collins or Denver or Colorado, but in America, which is what we should be doing.
Yes. Yeah. And speaking of learning, where can people learn more about the panel if they're watching and they are interested?
Great. Yes. BookFest is really cool. It goes all month. So even if you can't make my panel, you can find all of their events at focobookfest.org. All of it is free, and there's all kinds of classes for youth, for anybody writing memoirs, classes about horror and suspense. I mean, we cover all spectrums, and great local authors are all there. So
a little something for everybody.
Yes.
All right, yes, Sarah, thank you so much for taking time to talk with us. We appreciate it. And remember, you can watch all of our interviews right now on CBSColorado.com. Karen?